Hi, welcome to Writing 121. So this is our second virtual session, and I'm afraid it fell on a holiday, so here I am recording it, which kind of stinks, but I really don't want to make you come to school when you don't have to. So we're going to do it this way, but if you have questions, please do get in touch with me. Just a quick reminder before I explain what I'd like you to do. This video shouldn't be very long, so I'm hoping we can get through what we need to fairly quickly. Currently, I am working through the final drafts of your second essays, and I hope to have those done by the end of the weekend. It does take me a while to work through the essays, especially when they get a little longer, and some of you wrote longer essays this time, which I like to see, but it will take me a while to get through them. So hopefully by Monday they should all be done. And then we have a field trip next week, Friday, the 17th of November. It is from 1:30 to 3. It is at the Mount Hood Community College Library, and it is required. And I know a couple of you have said, I have class at that time. If that is the case, you will still be responsible for the material, and I understand that that's hard to do, but I will have a makeup assignment, and you will need to work through that. Now, it's easier to go, I have to admit, because you will learn how to use the Mount Hood Community College databases. And for the final essay, you need 5 sources, and 3 of them need to be from the Mount Hood Community College databases. Why? The reason I want you to use these sources is because they are from very specific peer-reviewed journals, and they're not freely accessible online. Now, I know we can find peer-reviewed journals online, especially if you look under Google Scholar, but sometimes you can't get the whole article under Google Scholar, or you have to pay for it. And because you are students at Mount Hood Community College, you already have access to all of their databases, and they pay thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to access those databases. So I want you to know how to use them and how to find sources that are really reliable. They will talk at the library presentation about how to find reliable sources, how to know if a source is fake or not, or if it's maybe not from a reliable source, that sort of thing. So you will learn that too at the presentation. But I do want to see you there. So yeah, next week, Friday. If you absolutely can't make it, please let me know and we'll figure something out. So today what I want you to work through is this slideshow. I'm going to put the link in the assignment, so you'll just go to this particular presentation. You may see some other students on it at the same time, and that's okay. And what it is working through MLA citations. Now, I know that for the last essay, I wanted you guys to use a source for your expository writing, and many of you did. Not all, but many of you did. And you guys are close on how to document the sources, both on the works cited page and within the essay itself. But I think there is some fine-tuning that needs to occur so that we really do it correctly. And that's what I want you to work through today. So I want you to work through this slideshow, and I'll do a quick overview of what you'll do. So you'll look at MLA, whether or not they're required. There's a video here on how to cite sources, and they're going to walk you through it. It's not long. It's pretty fast and fun. This, in what order do we place the information? This is about your works cited page. When I looked at your last essays, some of you were pretty close to doing this correctly, but lots of missing information. Like you didn't have the publication date, or you didn't have the date when it was accessed. So there were lots of things that it looked like you had some of, but not all of. And then on your works cited page, remember that it's always alphabetized. And that also wasn't always happening. And then you also need to, the first line of the source needs to go out to the margin, so it'll be aligned with the left margin. Everything else under that is indented. So the first line of every source goes to the margin, then you indent everything else. So that's something I will be looking for on that final essay too. In text citations, this is another short video. I think it's about 2.5 minutes long. And it shows you how to put the citations within your paper. Again, some of you were doing this, some of you were doing it really well, and some of you were not quite there, or you were kind of taking a stab at it and it wasn't quite right. But that's okay. I mean, that's what I want you to do. And I didn't ask you to do more than that for this last paper. I appreciate that you experimented with it. But do watch this video and figure out what is it supposed to look like within the text itself. Then the next slide is your time to practice. So after slide 6, I want you to choose one of the slides. So I'll show you the example of slide 7. Put your name at the top of this slide, and then I want you to put all these pieces of the source into the correct order, and then to make sure that you indent the lines correctly. So I'm going to look for how you did it and whether or not you have everything in place in the right way, and if you have it separated with commas or periods and whatnot. And then you will get credit for having done the MLA citations. This does take practice, and it takes time, and it takes going to the resources. One of the best resources that I know of, and I think I showed this to a number of you in your papers already, is the Purdue OWL, OWL, I can't remember what it stands for, writing lab, something writing lab. And they have MLA citations, and they will walk you through all the different types of citations, and it's very good. And if you go to that source and look at the different examples, you should be able to figure out how to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this video in the class and the link to the slideshow. Please do work through the material here and then put your name on one of the slides and correctly cite the source. And if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I am going to see you guys next week, Friday, and I'm excited to see you. I haven't met all of you yet at the Mount Hood Community College Library at 1:30. All right, I will talk to you soon.